right, so what makes this guitar great? I actually should call this "What Makes This Guitar Great to Me." So, because I think like for something to kind of touch your heart or for it to be near and dear to you, it's probably ends up being very, very subjective. So, what is it? Everybody knows this one. This is like my trusty Nash Telecaster. So, I didn't buy this guitar new. And at the time, I played a lot of Telecasters, and I was pretty late, I think, to the love of Telecaster game. For years, I've told this story a million times. Probably didn't even own a Telecaster until about 5, 6 years ago or something like that. I primarily played arch tops and other types of guitars and things of that nature. And a buddy of mine had this guitar, and believe it or not, they didn't like it. They own other guitars, and then the minute I played it, I loved it. It just was like felt at home. The woods on it are, to me, I wouldn't even call them special or anything like that. But after playing a lot of tellies, I kind of know what I really like about it. The neck on this is amazing, so that's the first thing. All right, you can't really tell on that. I'm not very good at this camera stuff. So it's got a really nice neck, and I guess they call it a medium C, but it's actually a chunky neck to me, which I like. I actually like Gibson necks, believe it or not. So I like that. And I like the fact that the neck is not really finished. It feels really worn out. I've done a video about the relicking. I don't really particularly care. I didn't used to care about relicking until I kind of looked into it. And Bill Nash did a great job of it. But primarily, like I said, I love the feel of the neck on this thing. Everything about it just feels right. For me, playability is always the number one factor if a guitar is good. And this feels like I'm not playing a guitar. It's just like breathing when I play the notes on this stuff. It just pops out at you. Fret wise, I don't know what the fret wires are, but it's really nice. Rosewood and things of that nature. Very, very easy to tune. It's got like the go go-to tuners, the vintage tuners, which keeps it in tune. And these pickups are to die for. So they are the Lawler Humbuckers. I think the Lawler Imperials. I'm not really sure what the names of them. And this is also the Lawlers as well. So gets a really nice fat jazz sound, period. And if you rock out, you can rock out with this thing too as well. But all the positions, I'm not strictly 95%, 99% of all my playing is done on the neck. This guitar got me to play a little bit in the middle position as well as in the bridge position. So I'm not a bridge position guy player, so I don't play a lot of country things of that nature. And it sounds good. It doesn't sound really shrill. It's not like an ice pick sound. So the electronics on this thing are superior. It's just everything dials in. As far as the setup, beautifully set up. This actually has 13s, yes, Tomastic 13s. I'm a glutton for punishment. Feels really easy, really nicely set up. So you've got a guitar that is properly set up. I love the neck. The gears work really well. Great electronics. Can replicate the tone that I hear in my head when I'm thinking about jazz in general. And I can just get lost in whatever the music is I'm playing. So those are the primary things. The second thing about it is that I got it from a friend. Sometimes somebody else's, I wouldn't say garbage, but something else that they're not interested in might be the right guitar for you. A lot of times I have a lot of guitars and they're not always going to be right for me. It's just like cars or anything else that you might, collect or play or enjoy. There's something for everybody. Not everybody needs to be in a convertible. Not everybody needs to be in a Mercedes or a BMW. They might want a Toyota, and that's what they love. They might like old cars and vintage things of that nature. So I feel like guitars are like that. So this guitar is special to me. So number one, the specs, I love it like that. I just love the history of it too, just in terms of the fact that once I learned a little bit about Bill Nash's history and that he repaired a lot of vintage Fender guitars. He kind of knew what he was looking for because he had worked on a lot of that stuff. And I'm a student of history. I love it when you have people who actually know their craft and kind of know a history about it. So he knew what he liked in vintage Fenders and he replicated this. And by the way, my tech has worked on a lot of vintage Fenders. He absolutely loves this. I can't take out the neck pocket, but he took off the neck, and he told me this was one of the cleanest neck pockets he's ever seen, and it'll rival even the best vintage on Fender. The other thing about this is that this didn't break the piggy bank, so I didn't pay like 4 or 5 grand for that. I paid paid about $1,300-$1,400 for this guitar, so which was a steal, especially in today's guitar price market. So good equipment, good price, get it from a friend, everything is perfect. So again, why this guitar is great to me is because I love the sound of it. It plays well. And as far as like historical thing about it, it's from 2018. It's like I said, I guess this is a T63 with a humbucker neck. Oh, and I never do this. The case is outrageous in this. I don't think I've ever shown a case in any of my videos, but it came in one of these coffin cases that read Nash guitars. And if you're into like case candy, this is one of those instruments for you. And there you go, voila, inside of that. So you get the idea. Nice instrument. When you have nice things and nice instruments, it makes you want to play it more and get better at jazz guitar. So I'll be doing a couple of these as I talk about some of my other guitars, but this one's a keeper, and I will not call it my favorite Tele because that might be the next Tele that I buy. Thank you for watching. Bye now.